Yeah, your surname,
Yes.
Mraz.
Yep.
Where does it come from?
It comes from the Czech Republic. My grandfather came from Czechoslovakia, and it means frost.
Frost.
Yeah.
And when did he move to the States?
Oh, when he was just a baby. Yeah. So
What
early. Probably early 1900s.
Okay.
Yeah. He was born around 1914, so probably 1915 or so.
Okay. And why did his parents move?
You know, I'm not sure. That whole side of the family, once they got to America, they all sort of spread out and split up, and by the time my grandfather started a family of his own, his language was forgotten, and our family seemed to be one of a kind in our area, you know, so none of us Mrazes seem to know any of the other Mrazes in the U.S. or where and why we got there. So.
Are there many Mrazes? Do you know?
You know, there aren't many, but, you know, since I've started traveling, you know, and promoting my name, more and more Mrazes come to the shows, you know, because they're curious. And once I actually sat on an airplane next to another Mraz.
Name me one story, one Mraz that came up to you, and what did he or she tell you, ask you?
The first group of Mrazes I met were from a different state. I want to say they were from Pennsylvania, and they have a thing called Mraz Farms, and I don't know what exactly it is they farm. I think they make jelly or something like that. And so they brought me all kinds of jelly and hats that said Mraz Farms on it, and they just wanted to sort of like welcome me as like this distant cousin, perhaps. We don't know for sure if we are related, but you know, they were embracing yet another Mraz that they've met, and you know, it's a very proud name. Those of us who have Mraz, we're proud of it because it is, you know, not too familiar, you know.
And how do you feel then about Czechia? Do you the Czech Republic? Do you fish?
Oh, I went.
A special place, or is it just for you?
No, I went one time, and I only went to Prague, which really feels like Disneyland. It doesn't really feel like you're getting the real culture, so I still have a lot to learn.
Planning on it, or is it for you somewhere distant?
It's somewhere distant, yeah. I mean, I honestly have removed myself so far from my family, not in a bad way, but just because my own adventures have taken me elsewhere, that, you know, the idea of sort of going back in time and trying to figure those things out, that hasn't been one of my passions.
Yeah. Maybe it will be in
yeah,
the
who
future.
knows? I'll live a long life, so someday.
Well, then the other thing, you grew up in Mechanicsville.
Yeah.
If I read it, then I imagine some place.
Mm-hmm.
Does the name suit the town?
Yes, it does. It does suit the town. I mean, I think what people who've never been to Mechanicsville, they probably picture, you know, service stations where there's just loads of mechanics, or there's smitheries where things are constantly being made or worked on, and it's not so much an industrial town, but it was established for its smitheries and for, you know, the blacksmiths and the various people during the development of our nation. You would come through the town and you could get your horseshoes worked on or your wagons worked on and whatnot, and so the name stuck, and still to this day, you know, sure, there's a fair amount of individuals who do well with their hands. You know, it's a very labor-rich community. You know, so there's everything from farmers to hunters to actual mechanics and tons of carpenters and you know, just folks who are great with earth and great with their hands.